There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Monitor people who waiting to sell. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers are giving us care and the promise of death. So welcome my life with African.
I live
Master.
Clay Paris, who make you again Sktv venue. Say my journey, Tina can ask my yamu. And yes, I know money, and more I know. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I forget it now ya to money. That's the TV, and I forget it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talk it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Monitor people who waiting to sell. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise my best. To work with my life with us, yeah. From Grandfather Nima to Lusa, from River Sass, River G to Chide, from Penku, Bombay, Cape Mount, Montserrat, Sanu to Bakulu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Indeed, Sktv, we are the best in Liberia. Sktv, we are the best in Africa. Sktv, we are the best around the world. For it's 5 minutes past 6. That's the time check. From what I said in broadcast, Cruising studio here for matter of fact. Today is the 12th of May. I don't know how come May just morning. You have to take your own time now. Yeah, because you know this month is our month, but you just running with speed. You know, if May is getting me confused, though, let me say this to all of you. How come May is running this way? May other people haven't yet achieved some of their promises and so forth, and you are moving at this. No, you got to stop. Yeah, you got to slow down a little bit. But again, people, it's good to be back. We are here. Yes, last evening we were here with you, telling you all of the happening and everything that happened. When it comes to our life, our country, and everybody again help us share the show, people. The show will be interesting this evening. Today is the 12th of May. For a matter of fact, it's International Nurses Day, and is always observed annually on this day. In memory of Florence Nightingale, right? Yes, indeed. Today's her birthday. The woman who also, in fact, who introduced nursing and so forth. So today. It's a birthday, so there are a lot of nurses around the world, right here in Liberia, including my own wife. She celebrates Nurses Day on today. So let me join the rest of the other people around the world and say, yes, happy International Nurses Day to all of our hard-working nurses. Those of you that who are sacrificing every day, even though sometimes we'll go to the various health centers, we talk the way we want to talk. We feel that you people are doing all of the, taking all of the money, not new. Some of you are on pro bono. Yeah, pro bono, yeah, we started with the pro bono thing for a very long time. But pro bono is everywhere. It's not only in the health sector, it's everywhere, pro bono. We hope and pray that one of these days that people will be able to benefit from their labor. Their labor will not just go in vain and in my own sacrifice, Lord. But no, if the president of Liberia can sacrifice for country, his budget is in a tune of almost $2 to $3 million per year, just for 12 months. Then why you want for another person who some of their livelihood is not even arranged. You want them to sacrifice for country. You're calling them that they should do for country. But the men who the head of the country, you don't care about the country. Anyway, welcome. We have Aliu, we have Mr. Dishu already here. They're not even wasting no time. Yeah, so welcome, Aliu. Aliu, what's up, my dear brother? Good morning, good afternoon, what's up?
Or good afternoon, Maybon. Good afternoon, Mr. Dishu. Good afternoon to our listening audience and followers. Aliyu Masade Baltimore, Maryland. Oh, glad to be here this afternoon. How you guys doing?
Great, it's good, it's good. Mr. Dishu, good morning, good afternoon, what's up, everything?
Good morning, good afternoon to all Librans all around. Aliu, what's up?
Yes.
Maybon, be a good day. And yeah, it will be fascinating today. I hope that the Libran people will stick to the radios, whatever media platform you are to listen to SKTV. There's going to be a lot that we're going to be sharing with you all.
Great, thank you, Mr. Dishu, and let me say thanks to Brother Aliu and all the rest of our followers, our viewers, those of you who are watching. Please help us. Emmett Hammer, yes, indeed, you are watching us also from Car City. It's one of our strong supporters and that are follower of the show. Thank you so much, Emmett. Robert Fasulu Jackley, also our good friend and brother, also. Yeah, thank you, Robert. And all the rest of you who are also watching, please give us a like, comment, and share. That's the right thing to do. Mr. Dichula, help also to share the show. While we do the warming up, by this time we just have to start with warming up and some of the passing, some of the issues that will be passing. But today, our main, in fact, our focus today will be where are we with the bread and butter issue of the promises that have been made. Because mind you, when the politicians come, or in fact doing campaigns, or in fact election time, or in fact when they are into oppositions, they promise our people better lives. But when they get into power, things changes and turn into another thing. Like Mom always say, everybody running after roll, 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 roll. So I don't know how come they were. How come when they are campaigning, and what they can tell the people that, oh, I will bear all of the roles instead of them telling the people that, yes, the children will come home in time, school will be good, this other one will be good, Papa will go in time, Papa will do the one. But at the end of the day, Papa can't even see his pay before he even talking about going home. But again, these are things that we'll be looking at today: the economy, the situation of our lives. Things are really, really getting bad off because, man, now we are, in fact, receiving a lot of reports outside about our local water, or in fact, the mineral water that we really used to, that we buy the sachet of water, or we can call it mineral water, though. It used to be something around $75 per sack. Sometimes it's $5, sometimes 3 for 10, sometimes 5 for 20 or something, the way the business people want to sell it. But now is now increasing according to the local business. They went into meeting, I think either on yesterday, and they concluded that indeed they have to increase their water price or the sack because of the taxes that have been added from the government of Liberia. Based on that, they have to increase their water price. So indeed, that spark of mixed reactions from the public. But I'll leave another Mr. Dishu. Our people are having mixed reactions on that. People are saying, no, this is not timely, this is not the right thing, this is not good. The people are already struggling. Then for them to see themselves buying, maybe some of them will be buying water for $10, or maybe it's still $5 some places. I don't know, but some places it's still $5, some places it's $10, according to all of the information of the parliament before coming on the show. So yes, our president stay out of the country. I think he will be back anytime soon, either anytime this week. Yes, he's still on the African summit there in Nairobi, Kenya, and yeah, doing very well. Interacting with other African leaders, including the Guinean president. Yes, the issue with the Guinea and Liberia border situation is still the same, and we are still observing as to what's going to happen next. But our president is doing everything possible, maybe to get that off his back, because if you don't do that, means the government will leave another problem on the next government that will be coming. But again, the Kodowa situation is still the same. Today we saw him today at the Capitol building, where he went there today to have his passport renewed. According to him, he went at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and they had to send to the House of Representatives, to the chief clerk, to be able to send communication to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to be able to renew his diplomatic passport. So again, went there, and according to him, they were in session. The other team member, including the deputy clerk, so there's no way for him to have some interaction with the deputy clerk, but he's going to send communication to the House of Representatives, informing them about what happened and a passport and so forth. Yeah, but apart from some of these things, politics is still moving on. Samuel Tua Wahala, people still having a mixed reaction. Last evening, we were here talking about that. By the time we left for the show, not new now because of the talking, we were able to find out so which one of the lawyers that were also representing the two or three people that were found guilty. But as the information goes, we understand that it was the same lawyer that represented Samuel Toy, which is Councillor Arthur Johnson. So Councillor Arthur Johnson bill that in fact it was only for those people that were guilty that in fact they should have retrial on their guilty verdict and so forth back to back. So yes, indeed, we are good to go. The country is kind. Peace is here. We are enjoying all of the best of peace. Development wise, yes. Our government always focusing on the rules. So every time when you put the internet on, we see that yes, our government is always on roll. So yes, we are okay for now. Monk, Mr. Monk, Brother Aliu, another Mr. Tishu. So far, these are some of the happening back home in Liberia.
Okay, thank you, Mabel.
Just be part of it. There's so much happening in Liberia, and you won. Man cannot say it all because there's so much problem that we see happening, and we see that we see in the news around that almost about 60,000 Burkinabes there in Granjida. We heard about why George Soto was not confirmed. His brother came on the air. I listened to him on Spoon Talk, and he gave some revelations that we want to discuss that. And I think the national security issue in our country is not being handled well because if we having 60 Burkinabes and land have been taken by the Guineans, and we're still in diplomatic circles over it. I think we're having problem, and they talk about the House of Representatives, someone Ambassador Kayati, or bribery. I don't know whether that distraction or what, but we're having serious problem in our country, and we hope to give some information of what we have to the public. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Tishu. So these are some of the things maybe in passing. You are quite correct. And it's just so loaded, so we can't put everything out, but you are quite correct. The senator of Grand Jeda County, Senator Thomas Nimla Yaya, today was able to inform his colleagues about the situation there in Grand Jeda that indeed over 60,000. Can you imagine that? Over 60,000 Burkinabes are now in Grand Jeda. And I don't know for what purpose, even though we've been hearing some of the report that in fact, some of them were there for some farming activities, or in fact, they were there helping and contract, or maybe they were on contract level with some of the citizens there from Grand Jeda. So you are quite correct, and that's very, very alarming. People are mainly concerned about that number. That number is very huge. Mind you, with the situation in West Africa and that of in fact Africa at large, where these kind of more funny, like for example, streets are bombing and all these kind of more activities are ongoing. People are not afraid, and people want for government to come in. Yes, indeed, to really talk about that and find remedy to that situation. So you are right, 100%. Let me say yes. That's some of the in passing news. But Monk is here. Monk, good evening.
Well, it's good to be here another day, Tuesday. The country is a lost cause. I keep saying it. When you call yourself a senator for a county, when you got 60,000 people in your country, that's an invasion. But anyway, the last time I checked, the vast majority of Liberians in America support illegal immigration. So The reason we have an immigration center to have a check and balance to know who's in your country from a health standpoint, from national security. There are so many things that encompasses illegal immigration. I don't know how a senator can sit in your county and the number is going to balloon from nowhere to 60,000. They are more than enough to wage a war on a country. Most especially looking at the demographic of the people that occupy the country, I know majority of them will be young, able-bodied men. Because old people don't do illegal crossing, border crossing. It's also able-bodied men. That's a national security risk. We all know Burkina Faso, their history, a lot of military coups, subversive activity. And we all know, I know somebody out there with good intention just to make a living. But the question is, how are you entering into another country? So for a senator to be recently alarmed after the number had reached 60,000, and I can 100% bet you that it's just an estimate. It could be way more than that. But that's the one he's giving you right now. But I'm not bureau for anybody is free to come in. It's a Chinese buffet. Nobody like the country anyway. There's no structure, no rules. And I heard you talking about the economic situation in the country, while our politicians always come with the ideas of rules. And the second thing that you have to rule is national security. National security is like the person that's checking the account of the president and how it's structured. It's like a slush fund where when the president wants extra cash, he can just make a call to the finance minister and they can do anything that they want because you got limited oversight. And the reason I keep telling you that they always focus on road because it's the easiest way to steal on a massive scale. How many roads do you see in Liberia in terms of road connectivity? Not often. But how many presidents came to power with the idea of fixing roads? Because you get kickbacks from road. The same to a national security. A country that cannot even defend villages along her own borderline. But when you look at the national security budget, you think that's some budget coming from overseas or some industrial or some massive country with huge national security budget because, like I said, roads and national security they are the slush fund. That's where the president and able-bodied lieutenant can steal the most. That's where they can carry the biggest damage in the country in terms of theft. But that's just where it is, my brother. I'll stop there for now. We got more to discuss, so I don't want to go in detail.
Yeah, thank you. But Ali, what say you even though Mr. Did you also talk about I think Senator Dillon and that of the Solo family? There are a lot of claims and counter claims. Maybe we'll patch you with small anything before we close everything with the economy or maybe with the country situation, everything. I think yes, indeed, these things are things that we're going to talk about with the issue of travelism. We hear accusations, yeah. But what's the even Ali? What's some of the things? Because after talking everything that we just listed. Maybe what's one thing that you don't want to chip in quickly before moving forward.
Thank you, Melbourne. Mon, what's up? Yeah, the issue, like Mon just said, we know right after the war, Madam Sedi left after Charles Taylor left now. Madam Sedi and Boyka took over the country. And the only thing was, yes, they tried their best when it comes to electricity. Our country was in darkness. And at that time, we tried to work hard to make sure our country get light. We did the work on the hydro to bring electricity back to the country. I was one of those who work on the hydro with Android Hydro, a company from Austria. And also roads. Man, I said they build roads. Josh Wiakim, roads. Now Joseph Waka, roads. So right now, those people trying to make us to understand that when you come to the country, the only thing you should focus on should just be row. Or I don't think that should be something that we will continue to do. That anybody become president when they say, "Oh, what did Monk doing? You see the other row when Mabel come? What did Mabel had done? You see the road? We can continue this all the way, row all the time. Row. No, this is why when you become a president, you cannot solve all of the problems the country is faced with. Hold something that you will do that even in the next 40 to 50 years, any other administration they are not focusing on that again. But instead, anybody when they just want to be doing row where there is no job, we don't have stable electricity, there is no good running water in the country, the economic is drowning down. Let people come and focus on things one at a time. If you come for 6 years, if you think you can grab one or two things in that 6 years that you can deal with, that even when you leave, the next administration can be focusing on something else. I think with that we're going to have a better country. Instead, when you come, You want whole agriculture, you want whole education, you want whole the health sector, you want whole the road, you want whole everything at once. At the end of the day, you become a failure. I don't think that's a good thing that our government continue to do. And anybody can their focus is on road. Just now with Joseph Wakali, who knows who will be the next president to take over when they can begin. The only thing we hear road. I think our leaders have to graduate from that mindset.
But you always ask yourself, Aliu, let me come in 1 second before I tell you what to do.
Yeah, I wanted to say something.
It's kind of funny, right? That
Don't worry.
Every country, you look at the fundamental challenges facing the country that what every administration will try to focus on. They got so many things on the list. You got a bucket, you got a laundry list of things to attack. But because of the time limit, you don't have that much to. That's why President Lib's legacy, they focus on one or two important issues. Have you asked yourself, when was the last time, with the exception of Madame Salif, I will say first 10 in her administration, when was the last time a president ever came to Labrador and focused with laser 10 accuracy on the economy? None whatsoever. We are going to almost 18 years. Not even a plastic bottle factory a president had brought. All the companies in Labrador, the company that came under the Madame Salif wash. And at that time, we never even had all the structure in place for the metal steel, the accelerometer, all the things. I have yet to see one administration because, like I said, their intent of coming to power is not to help the country. The first instinct is to come and steal and become a multi-millionaire overnight. That's why they focus on national security and roads. But you don't see roads all over the country. In terms of road connectivity, Labrador is one of the least in the whole world. But every time you keep hearing road, why do you think that is the case? Because on road connectivity, they can even go to the national budget and declare emergency spending. And they will get in a license to just take money, exorbitant amount of money. We saw it with the Baga administration, $24 million emergency spending just to get a road upgraded. I'm talking about paved road, just to rehabilitate. And what become of that money? Zero. But anyway, Ebi, I tell you over to you guys.
Ebi, before we welcome you, my brother, let me tell you, Job. Have a say on that, please. Thank you.
Yes, I wanted to stress a point that the different governments that have been coming in have blinded the Liberian people to one particular point. I have written on a particular subject of why don't we have a national agenda. You know, all the politicians run away from a national agenda because the national agenda will be centered around the people. Whereas when the politicians come in with their mandate, these mandates here had never been fulfilled. And I have looked around for many years and have found out that the only way Liberia will be able to prosper if we have a national agenda. Now, if we have a national agenda, we have 5 top priorities for the country. When the different political parties come to campaign, they should tell the Liberian people how they're going to tackle the 5 priorities, which have been set as a national agenda for the country. Now, the politicians will run away from what I'm saying because the fact with me is that everybody will have their own saying and how they're going to manipulate themselves in stealing from their own mandate. But a national mandate, when the people realize that everybody who has a party that want to come and take leadership, they will have to debate the issue. They have to debate the issue and let the Liberian people, they will tell the Liberian people how they're going to handle the different priorities set up as a national agenda for the country. For instance, it would take road, like how everybody talking about road. We set road at 1, electricity. We set up the health 3, and we set up education 4, and we look for something else. And let the different parties come and debate on the 5 national issues, and let them tell the Liberian people how they're going to make the changes to make a better life for them. This is what I want us to actually discuss this and debate this, because this is why the politicians have been jabbing everybody, lying to everybody, because there is not a national agenda for us to debate on. So we can only debate on what they bring towards us. And they will always have a greater intake into arguing it because it is their agenda. So I think we should be talking about a national agenda now to fade away all the failed promises that the people are giving us. Mom, what do you think about it?
No, thank you, Mr. Tishu. We will come back to Mong. Yeah, please let you have the show in, yeah, so that everybody can have their view on that. But that's a very good point that you are stressing. And Brother Avi Joy joining us.
Avi, hi.
Avi, what's up? And what say you, my dear brother? Even though you are joining about the issue of role, and mindset, yeah, where all of our leaders they have behind these things, the security and how they roll. At the end of the day, when they leave from power, the same people that they claim that they love so dearly, when they were in opposition, they see everything changing the livelihood of our people. At the end of the day, they will lead the same people to poverty. And even the same roads that they claim that they are really perfect because, mind you, they are different between constructing of new roads and then paving of old roads. But everything we just put everything together and say, yeah, roads, building roads. So we are paving already the roads that, for example, third man we said that they don't do nothing, that they open the other presidents, all the road that they already constructed and yeah, that we are paving. Say we don't stay going anywhere, my dear brother. Where are we with the road issues that make you up to live into urgent poverty?
Yeah, maybe let me say good evening to you and good afternoon to Mong and then my dear Dishi and then Aliyu. That's a fascinating topic, guys. But when a government come in with an agenda, road connectivity in Liberia is a priority too. But the question of, can you guys, any of you guys on the show tell me that any government have ever allocated monies to even state it publicly just for grading roads in Liberia? No. This government allocated $21 million just to grade roads. $21 million, guys.
No, 24. The official amount was 24 million.
This government, and then in fact, it became an emergency money that they allocated it and they put in the coffers, according to them, in the coffers of the Public Works Ministry. Right after that road, those roads, they grid the roads, the rainy season came, and a lot of them got damaged again, and they had to go by filling it in. Why? Because why? They're not paving the roads. There's no after tough on these roads. So, like you guys stated, yes, they use the thing as a slush fund to go in there, take these monies. And today, that public works minister, it was never prosecuted. He went to the Senate to answer where the monies got spent, and then they gave him a slap on the cheek. So, man, let's just forget it, and they move on. But today they run it beyond monies that are already been exhausted years back. So this is the issue here. You can come with the agenda, but the accountability part of it is the problem, guys. If these monies, trust me, they say you can walk and chew gum at the same time. You can be fixing the roads at the same time, the electricity, as long as the meager resources that we have, they are appropriately accounted for and exhausted for the intended purpose. Look, guys, you cannot say you're going to go build a road, a 10-mile road, and the 10-mile road construction will cost you maybe about $5 million. And then on that $5 million, you got to overhead their budget of about almost $4 million. Then where are you going? Nowhere. Because it's calculated for them to be exploiting this kind of money. So the intentions are good. Look in Burkina Faso. That little boy over there, by the way, that guy is he's the age of my oldest daughter, man. Okay? And that guy is over there, he's multi-taxing, guys. The guy is building road, he building, the fighting on the energy sector. Mind you, that's a landlocked country. But the guy is multi-taxing. The agriculture sector is booming. The road construction, you can see it. Every day pictorials on these things. Because why? They're setting the priorities straight. But the question is that in Liberia, they allocate this thing, they come with all the flowery things, and they extort the monies from the people. So that's the problem here. So for me, when it comes to multi-taxing on these things, all of them they are priority for the nation. But until the monies are in, just imagine you guys talking about that hydro. During the Manasali time, they allocated $50 million for the hydro. I think it was 50 or 80 million or whatever it is. And it could not do anything. Not even Morovia, the hydro is useful for. This is to talk about the country. You understand? So that's the issue. Look at the airport. Japan spent $50 million for that airport. Look at that thing you got single hangar over there. The intention was to build, I think they say about either 20 hangars for that place. But they squandered the money on the Baka and Salih government. So this is the issues. It's not a question of allocation. It's a question of applications. They apply these things and they just squander the money, and every time they come back with a single agenda, guys. So that's the problem here. Until those things are checkmated properly, we're going to be in the same cycle, because every government that comes, as long as those are priority issues for the nation, they will have to put it on the agenda. Yes, I agree that there are things that you have to do as a legacy project, but that legacy project, together with other priorities, must be implemented financially. You've got to be financially responsible, and accountabilities need to be applied amicably. But that's not the case here, guys. So, I mean, it's a problem. Look, today you're talking about water. That everybody in the place is buying water, and the entire Monrovia complaining about water.
Yes, we'll come to that.
That's just my take on the whole project. You guys, I mean, everybody here, Mong, Aliyu, and everybody, all of these proposals that you've made, and I mean, things that you are stating, they are correct. They are all priority. Liberia is a priority nation. Everything over there, it has to be prioritized. It's just a question of the implementation. I saw all these previous government. I never saw any government allocating specific budget just to go big grading rules. By the way, during my days in Calcutta, we had a public way station over there. The machines are there. They just go be ready. They just go grade the road in the town over there and they go back and sit there. But for you to talk about $24 million for that, and you couldn't even put one after payment anywhere, come on, man.
Yeah. So sometimes some of these discussions, they are necessary so that our people out there, sometimes so that they can know, and sometimes so that their eyes can be open to some of these things that indeed. But for me, I'm concerned, and thank God that some of you are answering some of the questions, or if I'm talking about some of these things, the way some of us will want you to do. Because, like for example, Mark, I'm still confused, and let me say this to all of you: when the politicians, when they are in oppositions, they make it look like they can solve all of the problems. They can do everything. They can do all of the things you talk about, every other thing they think about. Only to come, and at the end of the day, you find them into things that even far from them. But it's like, maybe, okay, let me offer to this one now so that the people can see that in fact that I'm doing something. And at the end of the day, all of the road that we're talking about today, people are still struggling to even get road. People are still struggling to even reach to where they want to reach. At the end of the day, we are still managing with the other roads that are not already paved that we've been managing with for ever so long. Even with that right here in Dupont Road. But again, Mark, let's go back quickly before we even conclude on the road, Wahala, because I know that you said it's a money-making thing. It's where our people go. But Mark, why are we always deviating from these promises, or in fact, some of the promises that we're always making time for elections? How come the politicians, they always finding their own way out from the people after making all the promises? Because yesterday, I can say, recall, Mandiko promised the people that in fact they're going to give the people better Liberia. And better Liberia means people will live a better life. Their life will be better. They will be able to get jobs and so forth. But not everything changing now to roll. Why, Monk?
Well, like I said, for a country like Liberia, you cannot solve all the problems at once. That's why you got to have a clear vision. And when you have a list of issues to tackle, fundamental challenges facing the country, you got to know how one policy ties into another policy. And this is where the voters have to be smart. Politicians can promise all they want, but there's one thing to promise and there's nothing to deliver. Delivery is a skill set. If you are never meant for that job, you can spend 10,000 years and you won't get nothing out because you were never built for that job. I keep saying it. The president, they call the president the chief executive. The president is not a politician. You want to become a politician after becoming president, but the job itself, it demands hands-on practical experience. That's why some of the people you least expect, they are the one that can perform the most. Like main Burkina Faso, he ain't even 40 years old yet. Look at his result. When you look all around the continent, around the world, most of the time, military leaders, people with just practical, they didn't go far in college or university. They are not the one carrying double masters from Harvard or PhD. Regular, everyday people transform a country. Why is the level of education for Porky coming? Just simple structure. Men who got a clear vision, you're able to execute. Execution is different from promises. And that is where it will become a very difficult situation for Liberia, because for us, it's about the tribal lines, about the popularity. They're even looking at where you came from, whether it's from the private sector, what kind of skills you have acquired over the year that will make you an ideal candidate for the job. They just vote for you because they feel like it's all about emotion. That's why you will never get better result in Liberia, because you are not even looking at the right people. So they will promise, the promising aspect just to secure the vote. But then when I gave you the job, what become? You're drinking dirty water. Can you imagine in the heart of the city, people taking water from water in this day and age? So think about people in leeward counties, in rural communities. How are they living? And every time, decade after decade, you keep repeating the same thing. Your life only keep getting worse. Can you imagine, maybe, that's why I said the people of old, they were smarter than us. We have more to it. Almost like you are going to take a public test, maybe, and you are not a smart student, and Ali is smarter than you. Ali said, maybe, just spy on my paper and copy everything I copy, and still you can do it. Because I had the old people back in the day, they never had internet. They were just using their mind, their brain. They were giving us results. In this day and age where you can Google search anything, can you imagine, right? The processing power of your cell phone right now, or 5G phone, is more powerful than the computer NASA used to send astronauts into space in the 60s. So it means you got a whole library sitting in your pocket on your phone. You're telling me in this day and age, even something that people did 50 years ago, we still cannot duplicate it today. Then who are we? If somebody could do something in 1970 and you cannot do it in 2026, even though their fingerprint is still there in terms of history, and you cannot duplicate what they did, then you're not only an idiot, you are a compound fool. And that's where the problem is. Maybe current day, more technology, more information, more resources, and still you cannot even give your people the least just to get at least to 1970 or 1980 standard in terms of living standard. Then who are you? Every time you come, you complain, we got more road, emergency funding. Guess what? You cannot even execute. 1 million other American public-private partnership or rehabilitation. They cannot even take the difference between rehabilitating road and paving new roads. When they announce some of these millions, you think they're going to build brand new road. They get passing road. They all get a call.
But they don't even understand this thing. You're right.
Yeah. And every day, tens of millions is being flushed through the drain. Nothing. No better. Same way. Worse even than 40 years ago. But anyway, I stopped there.
Mr. Tissue, in closing with the road issue, what say you? Because at the end of the day, the politicians, they make all of the promises, and our people's life had to be better, as they always promising, and most of the promises that always holding our people doing elections is the issue of bread and butter. There where we will be closing, but they always living that one out. It looks like it's nothing for them. So let's forget that problem. Can solve that one. So let's move to the one we think that maybe they're going to hang on until our time finish. Is that the kind of system that we're having, Mr. Tissue?
I think Monk said it all about the road business, because that's a more easier way for them to steal oil being detected by the public. Because whatever allocation is made, like one time I think they were arguing about how much it would cost for 1 kilometer of road. And I think the Minister of Public Works said 1.2 or 1 point something million. And it was another contractor that brought in a less amount. And he was not giving that contract. I think it was James David Company or somebody company, a Liberian-based company, that wanted to bring it for a lesser price per kilometer. And you can tell that for every kilometer of roads, how much thousands of dollars that will be ripped out of it. The roads will never be built to that standard that are being paid for. And these things have been happening. And Liberia is keep going down. That's why I always say that we have a failed state, and we living in a country that is not ours. We're only born there, but it's not ours because everything being controlled by foreigners, contract agreements, concession agreements, all the type of things that will help to build our economy have been given to foreigners. And I believe that the road business have been a way of how everybody going to get their part of the share, but all being talked about so much because it will be hard for us to go into that area to find out the faults within it. So that area is a lucrative area for them stealing. And yeah, there's a lot. There's a
Yeah,
lot. Think
but
about
let me,
it, 20th century, I think, AB, we still drawing water. You know, I was watching today about the prices, why the prices went up. The woman said the price went up because the plastic bag price gone up. So if the plastic bag price gone up, so when they put the water into the bag, they will have to increase their prices too to be able to come up with some kind of equilibrium. You
yeah,
know,
but Dishi, let me just add on to that the road situation. We are forgetting something here, guys. What business Liberia get to allocate almost $300 million road project to Sierra Leone? I mean, look, listen, guys. I'm yet to put it together. If you are going to empower, do you know how Nigerians got millionaires in today? It's because the government entrusting their people. Sierra Leone that is struggling, and it's telling you the same old situation that your country is going through. I was just talking to my niece in Sierra Leone. She was in a complete oven because I was not saying I want to heat, no electricity in Freetown. And then you come from Liberia. Your country size is bigger than Sierra Leone. They are not performing magic over there. You look at Sierra Leone company that don't have even a history of doing anything concrete over there. This is a company that is owned and is operated by the brother of the Sierra Leone president or whatever. Who they and this Liberian government got into. They say they're going to entrust them with that kind of huge amount of contract for road construction, as if they are manufacturing any other product in Sierra Leone to come in there. They ask for material and everything to even pave a road over there. Why could you? Liberian companies were bidding for that project. Government could be a partner in that project, and your money will stay in your country, and then your people. That's how you start to build, domestic millionaires in your own country, wherein they'll be empowered to do so many other things domestically. But no, you gave it to Australian. What history have you had for these people over there? People are struggling for their self, and then you come and you empower them with your resources. You understand? So this thing, you guys are stating here, Melo, this thing is all about money making. I'm shocked, quite honestly. I never know of any government that will go right in the neighborhood over there and grab that other people then for job that has got Liberians that can do it. They got Liberian companies that can do it. So is the case with the thing, yellow machine thing, the so-called yellow machine thing they're talking about. They want to give it to a Chinese company. Even the Chinese people, they are showing the give that, oh, yes, they were going to do maintenance for X amount of year, only for you to have the person that they have entrusted to manage that thing, the guy telling you I'm getting $51 million just to get it started going. Where in you see your body for $26 million. Look, come on, man. I don't know. Guys, let me just stop there.
Well, thank you. And but I able to even add up to you, we are outsourcing some of our entities, rather. We are giving them out. Like for example, the Ministry of Transport. We have to give it out to the STF
That's car registration. You give it to foreigners.
and in fact, I'm even getting report that even the RD car, the one that's going to do RD car, we're taking that one again, we're giving it out to another oil company. So
that's our national security being so again.
Yeah. So I think we don't believe in ourselves. That's why we reduce or the Musa Hassan Benete or storage fee, yeah, and then all these things from 0.35 cents to 0.02 cents. That's why when I saw the VP pretending like he want to give Liberia battle, Liberia, it is something very good. By the way, so let's just move
I know,
into
Monk, I
that.
know
Yeah.
what the article maybe will delve into some of these things, but sometimes you just need to highlight them to where your country is going. Because if until the priority access treatment, we ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, the problem here, like I will always say, this president, I think we have been hearing this, giving job to Liberian, empowering Liberian businesses, Liberian companies and things. Like you said, that company that this rural project was given to for Sierra Leone, how that guy got strong today. The Sierra Leone government, they the one making strong by
Yep.
giving him contract, road project that he in the country. That guy get him strong today. Why can't we do the same thing? Look at Ghana today. When I listen to the Ghanaian president, the amount of road construction are going on in your country, infrastructure development, they are not bringing foreign companies to carry on this project and thing. They are empowering Ghanaian company. If they will give you project to build your own road, you go, you may say, oh, then they know what to do to you. But you take almost 500 million and give it to a single source aid to
Yep.
a Sierra Leone company, single source aid. This is the House of Representatives that try to keep Yeke in check, but they cannot keep the executive in check. When they are abusing the code of conduct, the PPCC laws, they don't keep them in check to say, no, Mr. President, you can just come a single sue or project to a Sierra Leone company. I saw the vice president going here and there to input us, oh yes, you can be producing water and then you say you distributing it, this and that. We get about liberalization policy. So you get liberalization policy, but you sat there, your commander in chief, the president, when a single source of $1 million project to a Sierra Leone company, you couldn't talk to him, Mr. President, can we give this to Liberian companies and things? The same thing with the yellow machine. ABK, he was the one that brought yellow machine in our country during the previous administration.
Yep.
You left them and give it to Chinese people to bring machine. So what the liberalization policy is there for? But I will tell you, these are some of the things tomorrow, the next administration, people will be talking about evasion, because that $24 million that was given to Giddings, and they went to share it among themselves, and they say, oh, my man, you can go that $10 million mansion in Fuya and other things where there was no allocation in the budget line. There are a lot to go on in the next administration. And me, one good thing I know, and one thing we need to do is constitutional reform. There are a lot of BS in our constitution. We need to get it straightened up, or else we are not going anywhere. It is so sad.
Well, it's so sad. Like we already talking about the issue, but I think more already chipping on some of the issue that have to do with the water situation. Yes, I don't know whether these things are normal, but the local businesses, that for example, the water producers, they are complaining. In fact, they said that the government added a 13% tax increasement into the GST, making them to even increase their water sack from from something around 75 to almost 100 or 100 plus. That making people now, those are retailer now, to sell water some places 5, some places $10 for one. But again, it's a bit confusing among if we are going to this level where now people are even saying that the fact that they are drinking this type of water. I can say recall, I think that was either
Where in the
1997,
90s? In the
1998.
90s,
Yeah,
we were drinking
yeah. I just
the
recall
thing.
with the back
See?
with the other plastic. Oh yeah. How did we arrive at this point that water of all that's supposed to even keep our people alive? You want to take it from them and say you gotta get $10 before you drink. If you don't have $10, you will not drink. Or if you don't have this amount, you will not drink. I was thinking more that maybe the plastic of water, maybe we're going to get it out of the market and bring in the bottle and make it more cheaper. For me, now I've been thinking of forever so long. That maybe the government have some kind of idea being the same. I need to be able to have, or maybe to get rid of the plastics. But then, instead of this thing happening, we are even going to 90, someone will say 1990 stuff. So, Mark, these are things that are bringing our mass reaction today in the public that indeed they are they're not safe anymore when it comes to water. And you said that more. I saw that video, and in fact, I saw that photo also of people fetching water. I think someone around the capital here. There, and
Yeah.
some of when we used to live around that. And yes, indeed, these are things that we used to go through. That's why when we come here, we don't want to miss our voice. Never want to tell you people all of the truth, so that you can know that yes, that we opportunity there before that 2 months. We used to go behind that place that the people were seeing there, so to go for water in this age and time. So let me leave it with you people. Yeah, on the new train today, it's gonna happen. Uh, we now go back to the plastic water. In fact, that we used to tap ourselves. Sometimes one of our hands clean, not clean. That's how the chloride and all these kind of things that need to come around
Yeah.
the phone. Or we can to tie. We don't want to know. Remember, we just go to the phone, we tie water, we bottle, any kind of way, we tie the water. Now it's back in the market. What's going to happen next to our people? I'll leave it to you people.
Well, like I said, it tells you a lot about the country's future. You don't want to sound like a dumb this prophet, but how can you make the case for a country when you're seeing the reality right now? You know, there is nothing they call the future. The present is what make the future. The action and decision you will make today will tell you how the future is going to look like. Maybe these people want us to believe that bringing yellow machine to a country like Liberia as will celebrate.
Yeah.
Mentality alone. Forget about the water. Because water, but we are blessed with water. We got 6 principal rivers. If you put all the other minor rivers in Liberia, I would say you can name upward of 15.
Yep.
So water is not our problem. So even things that are abundant,
Okay, you manage it.
Liberia, we still cannot provide them.
We can manage it.
Water. Look, you know, sometimes
The
when I
entire
say
country is
the
surrounded by water.
yeah, water.
The entire country.
Yeah, you got all those rivers, and in this, we never saw the sources of water of some country which they had a kind of geographical setting like Liberia.
Among Burkina Faso is landlocked. It's a landlocked country. Yeah. Burkina Faso.
So, like I said, if these people want to believe that our entire government can dress in yellow regalia to go and work with a machine. When in
What
fact,
sort of
like
buffoonery is that? That's complete buffoonery
yeah,
over there.
that 40 years ago, we had yellow machine parking in counties or parking lot.
Everywhere. Everywhere.
You used to rehabilitate, like you're sweeping your yard. You know the way you can get work around and sweeping your yard.
Yes.
These guys in this day and age, 46 years later, they want you to believe that they're doing something extraordinary. So for not only the economy, not only the water, yellow machine, there are so many things. But like I said, if you cannot even provide a basic service like safe drinking water, my brother, how can you be sure that 20 years from now we'll be making any progress? How? Maybe somebody can call and make that case on Truth FM or Sktv. Maybe they got some kind of a vision or some kind of a plan, because I'm not saying it. And maybe the sad thing about our country, you can know that our country have a lot of challenges. And you can see a country that is making strive to address those challenges. In the case of our country, we can even see the starting point that will give us opportunity to say, you know what, we are not there yet, but at least we are moving in that direction. 10 years from now or 15 years from now, we will be somewhere much better. In the case of Liberia, you can't even say that. There is nothing now I can tell you to name that will make you to be optimistic to say 15 years from now, this country will be better than what it is right now. Anyone can say that. One, in any sector, agriculture, infrastructure, road, running water, electricity, the economy. I just want someone to call and give me one government program that you can see right now and tell me, say 10 years from now, will be better off.
Well, Mr. Tish, I don't know what kind of statement that Donald Trump used over Iran that he said, I know you're going to carry them back to what kind of life, sir?
Well, it's too age.
I think I will when I go back. But Mr. Tish, you go ahead.
Maybe I'm looking at the photo of that water in plastic bag. Those are wartime thing that I'm looking at. Wartime. How can it be in this first century the people having plastic bag water? I mean, you can tell that we have a failed state. And these are all the symptoms to prove that there's nothing that is working in Nigeria. Now, I wanted to bring this to our attention to see whether we can make some debate on it. We spent 20-something million dollars to get the yellow machine. Brian Samika, he said he wants 51 billion to set it up. The construction company in Sierra Leone took the contract from Liberia for 340 something million plus to build roads. I want us to ask ourselves, the machines that came in, isn't it sufficient enough for those roads to be built by our machines with our Liberian contractors? But they have already agreed to this thing here because they don't want Wahala behind it, because these suggestions that we'll be bringing out about why our own machines cannot do the job to lessen all the burden of 300 and something million and give it to Liberian contractors that at least they will have the machines to help them, because all the machines are there to build roads to help them. And if they want us to get an international consultant to do it, it will still be less. Gentlemen, what do you think about this? Because that 300.
Listen.
There's a broad stealing. There's a legal robbery. Because it's going up people. These are legal.
We don't want to job. Yeah, I come in this but we don't want to be. There are so many discussions. It's not just 1 minute or 2 minute discussion with the issue. It's very, very large. Like for example, even the yellow machine stuff. That's why I think more job patch with.
That's another topic by itself. Yeah.
Thank you. So we don't want to.
But here's the thing, guys. Maybe the major thing we are missing here is the fact that Liberia, the government, the people are not calculating. When you have global financial issues like what is unfolding currently globally, this is no time to even contemplate on taxing the people more. And that's the reason why the water issue coming on like this. The woman said they send the water $10 now because producing this water is costing them more now. The producer is costing them more because they have taxed them from the from the EPA and all the other places where they're taxing every input and everything over there right now. So prices are obviously escalating based on the taxes that they are leveling on the people. International, globally, this is no time. So the timing is the decision but because they are not getting the money, the resources from out there. So in order to get it, they got to tax the people more. So the end users are the one that's suffering right now. And again, the last time I told you guys, the problem with Liberia, you got two people that are operating the central bank and the finance ministry that are not economists. They are accountants. Those people are accounted. So when it comes to economic decision, it's very difficult because you got to make the international comparative analysis on issue to say, well, what's the impact on the end consumer when it comes to this economic decision that we're going to make. But so they're making a decision now. I see prices are skyrocketing in the country, even globally. You got prices going on there, then you come and put additional tax on the people.
But Abi, let me stop you right there, Abi. What can come in pace sometime on this show? I'll be like, sometimes it can be like wasting time. Waste of time. You just almost like suck your energy out.
Right.
When we come on this platform, when we're discussing the present economic issue according to like some of the challenges facing the country.
Right.
The listening audience out there, when they even call back, they don't even focus on the most important thing. When we're talking about this government printing some useless 79 billion when we talk about the uncertainty with the war and the energy crisis around the world,
the global impact,
prices will go up. If water is going to cost you more, why do you think it's going to happen to other essential commodity? I'm not talking about water, local water.
Water, you're not importing nothing.
Why do you think coming down your way? Why do you think what happened to you a few months from now? We get talking about water or something that is in there, bound in all in Liberia, local water, not even refined water. If it's getting expensive for you, why do you think what happened to your rice, your oil, your clothing?
Yeah, where you import?
What happened to the other commodity? You ain't see nothing yet, man.
Our economy is import based. It's strictly import based. We producing nothing in Liberia. Everything is like we importing it. Now, when you start to tax everything because the government want to generate revenue, it becomes very difficult. You got to be savvy. You got to be the decision. Because
the problem here, I can't understand why this government, after every 3 months, they have to increase taxes on the Liberian people to generate revenue. And what is the impact of the revenue they are generating in the lives of the Liberian people? Nothing. You people continue to increase taxes on the people, making things high in the country just for yourself. Because all the money they're collecting is just for their salaries,
They're
their
just spending,
allowances.
salary.
No, I leave
That's all.
there's no adjustment in the expenditure part of it. You're generating all the revenue, but the
Hey, but you be
expenditure
careful.
is
Chloride
part of
coming back in
structure.
the country.
Do
When you
not.
get like water, you coming start drinking.
Now, right now, even today, the GSC, the GSC, the General Auditing, they are talking about the revenue collection of the LRA. There's huge discrepancy there. They just conducted an audit. I was going through some kind of Facebook report on it, though I don't know the authenticity of it. But they are talking about some discrepancy in terms of the revenue collection and what they are reporting on it. You understand? So, I mean, look, even the revenue collector, Double Jala, Double down the mathematics. I mean, he's a very smart man. I know, very, very smart man. But you got a whole bunch of the financial structure of the country. Where are the economists? Look, when the war came, the first person that today you got a central bank Monday, naming the central bank, it was done by the economy, Ilan Sidibe. Sidibe transformed the national bank to central bank. There's an economist. What made you think Ellen Johnson said he brought in this lady from how they call it what her name Sai, right? I think Sai brought her in. Yeah, to bring some stability to the financial structure of that place. But to go take to account that because they are loafing, I'm sorry for the proper connections. And then you put them there, today you just there waging taxes on the people amidst global financial crisis right now. Pray tell me, what do you expect? People are going to be clapping for this? Anywhere you raise tax, even the great economy of the United States, the end user are the one that are going to pay the taxes. Trust me, they're not the people that are selling. The end user are the one that are going to pay it. So you got to be economically savvy to make the decision. Now, the structure, your pay structure, you're not even adjusting it. You stay paying all the fabulous immunities. The people still enjoy everything. You have made no adjustment. You still getting the put out for $45,000 car. You still paying them $45,000 for every 3 years. They great United States here. Mo, do you know any representative that the government you're buying car for them? Come on, man, guys. I don't know.
Retekun budget is bigger than the hospital budget of the United States.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, then they say that period that poor country, when you get the greatest country in the world, their hospital budget is not even say equal to your hospital budget reaching Nangwekun. Then you say we might be that period that poor country.
So sometimes like monkey status sometimes become frustrated because even the callers sometimes we tell these are eye openers. Like we come here unscripted, we give this information and leave with you again, like I stated the other day. While we're talking like this, get on your phone, just Google the thing. It ain't gonna cost you nothing. You gotta go to like before you used to go to the library, you go to all these places. You can still read while the program going on, we say something and you question it, Google it, and then when you call in, try to amplify these concerns because this is the only thing we can do. We're not going to take gun to give me shooting around or come here or give you information. Sometimes you act upon it. You can question our information and try to authenticate it.
Hello?
Yeah, so let me just add up the one of our in fact follower or commenter, Alexander Boniface, Emmanuel, he said it's not just about the water alone or maybe but these chemical stuff, the plastic and so forth. So all of these, what make up the entire GST taxes that people are adding up. So we may not know yet, and so maybe the entire or maybe SAC may either be the SAC price or maybe the price may even go up because they are not doing it maybe gradually though. But it is interesting. So for me, I'm still confused. And my question to you people now, because but I just talk about our officials. They don't even care about all of these things. Today they were in session. And they don't even care to even talk about this, to even mention about the way forward. So what's going to happen? Are the other people going to pay for all of these things and the leader continue to ride all the better cars, enjoy the better life?
No, they worry more than you get called about than even the dirty water, local water that will be drinking about. So who cares?
Guys, I will be always
when you wake up from bed, the most, you get called about.
I get an emergency. I rush you somewhere. I'll follow the show, but I'll be back tomorrow, please.
All right, man.
Okay, Ali, you take care, man.
Yeah, let me just say something about this water business because this thing is saddening. You know, it's saddening that we in the diaspora talking about water in plastic bags for our people. You know, it's really, really saddening. what is happening is that the country is being geared into legal robbery, legal stealing, all the things we're talking about. The $45,000 car, it's on paper, it's documented. You know, I got somebody just rang my doorbell, so y'all continue.
Yeah, go ahead. You know, what my dear brother Dishi is talking about, maybe the sack water is not an issue because even big economy like Ghana and Nigeria, they got these, they can call pure water or water kind of thing. It's an industry all by itself employing thousands of people. You understand? But the question there is that so it's not only unique to Liberia where people got this plastic water drinking, because those industry in Nigeria and Ghana, they got it, they suck water, they pure water, and they at the same time they even producing mineral water in the bottles and everything from the very same industry. It's a big industry that employs people. What the government needs to do now is that time to be taxing them with all of the process leading up to the production of these things, purifications and all of those things. It's the timing. You got to look at the timing, you know. But because the resources, they are expending them more than they are taking in, and all of their goodies that they are enjoying right now, they're making no adjustments on it. You got your president riding $1.7 million car. It got to be supported every day. Every day when they travel with a bunch of people with all of these immunities. I can call that DSA or what DSA or DSA, some kind of incentive that they enjoy. All of them that travel on it, and you're supporting those kind of expenditures. What do you expect? The paradigm of people are never going to be straight. Never ever going to be straight. Maybe.
That's why.
Let me tell you this: Liberia came from the same war as Rwanda. In fact, Rwanda had genocide. Liberia did not have genocide. Liberia had death waiver. Our death came to zero balance. And people yesterday there were budgetary support of $16 billion maybe under the Buckeye Ellen government. Show me one thing that they can point to over there that ever rehabilitated. Even the executive marshal, they left it dilapidated until another government had to come and fix it. They used the foreign ministry there for 12 years and walk away. 12 years to walk away. Left it like that. Come on.
We're into a serious mess, AB.
Go ahead.
We're into a serious mess because, as I was saying, the $45,000 car that the people ride, all the things are legal. The people calling a section before coming in. That thing actually hurt me. It was 1 week before the people come to section.
And they paid them for it. They paid them.
They went and called a special section to get that $6 million to share money. What kind of legal robbery is this? Huh? Then the pure stealing. You could not wait until the 8th of May. We were only 1 week after.
They don't care. They don't care.
Then we're talking about the water business, and when all that $6 million, you don't think it could have been put into a better system for us to get a better water system in the country? I mean,
the concern was to remove Yeke Kolba, so they didn't care.
If we were into a failed state, and I don't think I would get.
And Mr. Dishu raises a very, very important point, because what was the essence of the extra city? I'm not saying getting anything.
Exactly so.
I'm still confused.
To remove Yeke Kolba, that was the essence. That was the essence, to remove Yeke Kolba.
Money, and it's legal. Illegal. Because all they have to do is a right to check from finance ministry and they get their money. Now, this is the clip that I'm talking about. This is a program, a pattern that we look at vividly, and we can't do anything about it. Nothing we can do about it. The people stealing right in front of us, making all the acquisitions, bringing out all the documentations to prove that these things are right, going and quoting from the law. That 1986 Constitution already in favor of that particular government. And now they're pushing on us who know better in the modern days. You understand, man? How can 1986 Constitution, almost 40-something years, we still have now one Constitution, and we still have a conflict over it? We don't see any way for us to have some kind of amendment or transformation in it to satisfy the Liberian people, because that particular constitution was written to protect those in power. You remember, Sawyer were forced, or they were actually forced to write up these things to let the government stay in power. That the first time that we heard about our government, the president will be in power for 6 years. It was 1986 Constitution, you know, and there were a lot of other things that were put into it to protect them. In the modern day, we should amend all the clauses, setting our country backward and projecting us to the international community as a failed state. So we have to make the corrections.
Mong, you there? I think Mong is on a break somewhere. But you know, my brother, what you're talking about is so true. And for me, a lot of those things, they are at the back burner of issue right now. It's the question of stabilizing the economy. The economy is the bedrock of everything that this, because it hinges on the survivability of the citizen race. And if you're not prioritizing that, all of it, I mean, it's just so shameful that bunch of people that call themselves lawmakers that's supposed to be holding the executive feet to the fire will go wear yellow suit and hang on truck there and be passing around. Look among those things that the machines they brought. There is no agriculture product, I mean, a machine among those so-called yellow machines they brought over there that can able to boost the agriculture sector of the country. I saw them done to mind you. In few days time, you see the very dump truck that they'll be listening to those mining companies around the place. They will do it. And, you know, so I mean, the priority are just all over the place. It is not focused. And the people are complaining on a daily basis, my brother. Every market sector, be it in Monrovia, be it the interior part, the interland, people are complaining. Sellers go sell whole day. They have to go home.
But
the sellers are more than the buyers.
Maybe you're talking about the economy, and we're talking about the corruption that will not make the economy work. So all the economy thing you're talking about, I mean, I don't think that it presents anything at a particular time, because we have the money, but the money being used by a few group of people. That corruption. So how will the money go out to the marketeers and will go out to the different people? They will not get any, because it's a small clique of people that have this quantity of money within their setting, that only their family people will be over. How many of them have a big family that will go all out there to go and buy, to support the vendors out there, to support the small marketeers out there? You understand me? A rich man will not want to go and buy a ground beer on the street. You understand me? You not want to go and buy
banana. They don't want to even buy the plenty. They have
so you left for the poor man to buy the small plenty and the water and all the things that, and they don't have the money.
No,
the big boys have all the money and put their family.
The problem that you read,
how many bishops that you will see that in their car, even lawmaker, and you see that will get down, or maybe they go and buy from somebody who said they maybe bought egg, for example. They will not buy for you. They will not buy for you. In fact,
maybe you're right, because the thing about it is that the disposable income, where people can get money in their pocket every time to spend, it's not there. It's not circulating. People don't have a disposable income. Just imagine, a lot of the banks right now, they are even holding back their monies. My understanding is a lot of the people are not willing to lend or easily like that now, because they're borrowing a lot, and the fact that people that you're borrowing out to or something, if the turnaround period is so extensive to the point that they can't get those money in their bank. So the next thing is that the banks then start going into, liquidity problem, and the monies are not there to circulate. So the whole economy is kind of hinge on these things, and that's why I keep emphasizing that part of it. The corruption is an issue, major issue, but for the well-being of the downtrodden and the people that are supposed to hold on to the economy, it's not hard. It's very difficult. The survivability of people are complaining too much. That's my concern, right?
Yes. And Brother Ebi, I listen to you and other Mr. DQ, and that's just a part. Let me be frank. If you check on all of the officials, you will notice that our entire economy is up there. It's just between the big shots that Mr. Dishu was talking about, the extra setting that they came for not too long. I don't even know what the essence because we already now into the real setting now of the lawmakers and they are back now from their original break. So what was the essence that you were putting on the kind of pressure? We don't even understand nothing. What did we achieve for that? Nothing.
To remove Yake Kupa.
Yes, but to that, about even to be frank, our economy is taking up, and it's only between those big shots that having no better, the connection with the government and the business and the top business people. But on a very serious note, the laymen out there that look, there are a lot of times when some of them will go to the market building, to the marketplaces, we see our mothers, our sisters, our business have been damaged. Like for example, somebody bring fresh pepper. But Eddie, somebody bring fresh pepper, and the pepper maybe no buyer, no customer, and that pepper, or maybe the okra or the bitter ball, or actually may call these things, or the plum, or maybe the other oranges. No customer. It is set there and spoiled. So many times I wasted that. I see
Of course, every day I see the videos. I see videos on
taking
it.
their packets, their rotten goods, the goods are already got damaged because no customers, they had to carry them to the dump site. Yeah, man. Why are we treating our own country in this foreign manner? You make Liberia to be more spectator in their own country. But you are pretending like, this thing, no! Like Mr. Tishu was talking about the kind of conversion that we are practicing. It's legalized. That's why I see people talking about foreign conversion, they look at you. Instead bluffing. Why is this one that you pay somebody, like, for example, today, yeah, they put a lot of people on government pay, but you have your own volunteer. You have your own volunteer who say volunteer, you don't care about no. But again, you pay people 10,000 somewhere in the same entity. You pay one person the 10,000. You pay somebody 125, 150, or maybe 75, or maybe $90. The police officer there who, or maybe who's standing by that gate, or maybe by that fence, or by that door, he making $90, or he making 125. But you have his bossman making 15,000. The man had to become a practical beggar. Then you thinking that you're making progress? Why are we putting our people into agile poverty? Why are we treating our people in this full manner? Everything that we are doing in this country, Brother Ebi, is glaring. Our leaders, they take the entire country and give it to foreign people. They are the foreign people enjoying the entire country. The foreign people, those store boys, those people working with the foreign people, they treat them anyhow they want to treat them. They insult them, they do anything to them, and nobody will talk. But go ahead, my brother.
Maybe while you're talking, your country have a system. They has a class system over there. You got about 1% or it may be less than 1% that are where to do, and the 90 some more percent are way down the ladder. You don't have a middle class in Liberia. There's nothing called middle class in Liberia anymore. Before the crisis, bulk of the Liberians are middle class. That to the point that a lot of families, almost about 80% of the population, could afford the basic necessity of their family. They didn't have to go begging any lawmaker. That's the reason why you know you see anybody go stand to any lawmaker door to say can't help us or my children are in school. It was never the case before the crisis in Melbourne. But they're very lawmaker, because if you got all of the resources and everybody is hungry in your community, trust me, they'll be knocking on your door. Then a lot of them get problem with, the people bake you out too much. How do you want to bake you? Well, what is for everybody, you alone enjoying it. So they'll come bake you every time. That's the insensitivity they're talking about. But your president can say the people get baked too much. President Barker, how many people were baking before the crisis in our country? How many people? You've been around for more than 8 decades. How many people saw baking around?
Yeah. He been coming to ask how many people used to go back.
Thank you. Something.
Yeah.
But people used to be afraid of their character.
Oh, of course.
Was thanking for somebody against them.
No.
Chica payment, when they go home, they
No,
can't
no,
pay me.
no.
How come now we are this is looking like sports?
Oh,
People
please.
are begging. Work. Can you imagine the more disappointing thing about this thing? Or before more come up on it, even the workforce or people who are also working, they are also begging.
Of course.
So what's the difference?
Of course. And Baka had a audacity to go see someone he said they put baking too much. How do you want to bake? You do want to get something
If
that
I
can
was
bake.
in Liberia, I will be in Birmingham, Bonnie Co. Maybe you don't get it. I was going to be Bonnie Co. Because Bonnie Co, I think, is more lucrative than begging people and get wasting your time as a
For
year.
real.
Maybe the way our economy is structured, that's why I believe the Liberian people, they are not ready yet to change our country. The day they get ready, it ain't hitting high yet. They ain't there yet. They will get there maybe one day, but I don't know how long it might be. Maybe the only reason you spend money, you know, of all the economic indicators, economists around local, they will look at one major indicator, they call it consumer confidence. Because consumer confidence is, I got $200 in my pocket, but I'm expected to get money next week, so I will be encouraged to spend the one that I already have. When people don't have guarantee or assurance that they will receive money in the future, they will hold on to what they got, including businesses, and that what can strangulate the economy than anything else. No confidence in the consumer. They are afraid. So if the vast majority of our people are petty traders and the average man is afraid to spend, what do you think will happen? Even the same people who having no petty businesses yet to survive, to get by, because I don't think they are in it for profit, just for survivability. If their businesses collapse, then it means you are just putting more people into poverty because they don't already have job. The little potato green or cassava they're selling to feed on, people not even buying it. Those are all local products. And they will spoil. We don't have storage facility. We can keep things. We can preserve things. It will spoil in like 24 to 48 hours. So it means a man who selling a potato green, she can't even get money to go buy new potato green, or potato green got dry on her table because nobody not buying. What do you think will happen to her? She joined the poverty line. So, like I said, if dirty water from the 90s will resurface 2 times the price, it will only get worse. And I know we have some people listening will be like, mom can be too blunt in her assessment. My brother, I don't know how to, or my sister, I don't know how to sugarcoat things. I'm not trained to calibrate my words just to fit a particular narrative. For me, I prefer bracing myself for tough time rather than brainwashing myself into believe that things will get better when I know it won't get better. Life is not magic. I keep saying it on this show. I say success and failure, they are predictable. You can see them before they happen. It's not a one-time random event. No, there are a series of steps that you will take that will guarantee that you will fail. And there are a series of steps that you will take in life that will guarantee you that no matter what, you will become successful. So why should I come on SKTV? I'm here with Mr. Dishu and AB and Mabon. And then we see the reality. But you want me to create the impression that we are doing better and we will get better. No. I might as well get you prepared for tough times so you can be ready mentally, because it will come, it will happen. You see, dirty water, not even purified water, you are paying 2 times the price. So what it tells you? What happened to rice? What happened to oil? What happened to transportation? What happened to other commodity? You need 2 plates of brush your teeth in the morning. What happened to the other imported goods? So you can only brace yourself for the worst mentally when it comes, so you can collapse, because it's not going to be easy. You know, they had that song during the chat. How they say, you sing it there? It's going to be tough. I know it's so rough that you won't be able to make it.
Yeah, I think
in the late 90s, starting over again, it's going to be tough. that it right there, so.
But let me ask you this follow-up question, because some of our commenter or our followers, they with the issue back to the road, because Mom, there are other counties nearby, even from here to go Nima is paved. When you stay, if you pass through the road through Magibi, Ball County, you will still see the business people, they have their little goods or something outside, people are not still buying. So I don't know with the perception that, okay, because maybe that we go, okay, how about the goods that people bring right to realize more?
The whole idea of
that rotting monk, and the people will throw it to the dump site. But when the man starts, let me ask you the question, man. So should we not wait for the road for before we start buying, or maybe before we start being part of our own economy more? Let me ask you.
That's why they want to put. That's why they want you to believe that's the politics of it. Road is not an economy. Road facilitate the growth and the expansion of an economy. That is, when you have plan and policies in place, the road will only increase, let's say, in terms of revenue. More people will have access to farm. They can bring that product. But the thing in our country is not only the road. I bet you now we can construct all the road. If we don't have plan in place that encourage small businesses and investment and job creation, the roads won't add that much. So, but rescue mission want to make it a big deal. Some will be royal, your level improve. That's a lie. That is a blatant lie. It's not going to happen. That's not how it works. You have to create an economic condition when people can move goods and services. Then the road will help facilitate the growth and expansion of the economy. That's how road works. They got a lot of rural areas that got roads, but they ain't got a job there. So they did that soon. They bring yellow machine. They wear the yellow or sweating suit, that ninja suit, and with their glasses, and things is going to get better. That's a lie. If you cannot create, like I said, the condition for making the economy better. But bon, you know, one of the things people look at in terms of investment all over the world is the judiciary system. Nobody like to invest in a country without a better judiciary system or without a free and fair judicial system. That one of the things people look at. People look at regulatory law, look at tax law, they look at business incentive. All these things encourage investment. There are countries that don't have all the roads in the world, but still they are doing better economically. It's easy to do business there. They are putting the money back into the people, into the economy, so the local men can benefit. Mebon, how many roads we had during Chancellor time after the war during the 90s? We had roads. I think we have more roads now than before, right?
Yeah.
But people can still tell that Chancellor time was still better than now.
But even if we bring Chancellor today, they put the that they put
the question you asked, the only road that Mr. Taylor was able to pave in that place was that Newtown Road. That's the only thing you were able to do. But yesterday, the economy has some stability.
No women were selling that local.
Of course. But you know, maybe you asked a silent question. Let me tell you what happened here back when we were around here in 2008 when Obama came in. But then you had a recession in this country. You know the first thing they did? The motor vehicle industry, the manufacturers, a lot of them were closing down. So immediately when they took over, they infused money into it. Mong, you remember that cash for clunker thing, right?
Oh yeah, cash for clunker. You carry your old car, they gave you credit.
Yeah, they gave you $500. They gave you $5,000 for you to put it down on a new car. That had the money to resuscitate the motor industry, especially the Detroit and other places. So that was the priority. They didn't come just jumping all around the place talking about we're going to bring this, we're going to bring that. They wanted to bring stability in that market, and indeed it worked. But Liberia, if you're going to pick up a yellow machine, you got all the rope over there, all the food that comes from Nimba to how to call it, that market over there in Pinsville. The market saying that all they're getting right in the poor because there's no disposable income. People don't have money. They see the thing they want it, but how can you buy it? You know, so until you get money in your pocket, no matter how the thing is cheap, you will not be able to buy it. Yeah. So that's the situation over there. So all that thing, and especially like I keep saying again, look at the material they're bringing in the country. Maybe I know some people, a lot of the followers, they are young people. They will not understand some of the things. Maybe this yellow machine thing is not a new thing to Liberia. Everywhere I was in Kakata, I traveled to Bong County. Everywhere, every regional capital city had yellow machine stationed there. Public work was decentralized among Mabon. We saw the machine there every periodically. We just go on the road in the city and just grade everywhere. Without having
road is a solution to our problem for making people go to the line. Why our leaders? How come they are not waiting to? They say they want us to wait. How come they are not waiting, but they are collecting money? They're not too interested, but seriously. But they are collecting millions of dollars every budget year.
Because they're heartless. That's just heartless. That's insensitivity, Mabel.
People get better with it.
That's insensitivity. That's insensitivity. Let me tell you that.
Putting for a road, they will get better. Yeah.
Yeah, the Ralphie Road there. The Ralphie Road, less than 40 miles road up to now. This government came over. They couldn't even finish it because it was already somewhere. They couldn't even impact that road. Then you're talking.
That's a critical corridor leading to an economic hub, the airport of all places.
Yes,
They
the
can't complete
gateway to the country.
Yeah.
Huh? Can you finish that? Then you're talking about you all over the map here, and people should buy that thing. You know what it means to construct road? It's the duration. So what happened with the economy up to the point of the roads that the construction of the roads? How are people going to be surviving? I mean, well, maybe you can go to the lines or the store.
They're using the federal will be eating some putting in the pot and be cooking it.
Yeah, man. For me, I'm pushing that to them. So we're waiting for the road to get better before our life get better. Let them to wait. Let them to stop eating all. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you can go to the line. Let's hear from the people sooner today, man. I hope the
yeah, yeah, exactly. All right. So to this first caller, David King. David, good evening.
Good evening, neighbor, and good afternoon to the guys in the diaspora. You see, neighbor, there are things that never happen will happen.
So say Mandiko.
You see, we buy pure water for $10. These are the things that never happen, and they're going to happen. And more of these will happen. The prophet said there will be calamity. It will vote water. That girl will see everyone and drinking and tell God thank you that they are drunk. And we just getting to see that chances are being increased by the government. Even making, I was talking to one of my foreign business friends yesterday. The guy is telling me he wants to leave Liberia and go to Sierra Leone. Okay, because of the heritage taxation the government has put on them. How can you place all these kind of taxes on the people, and the people are not making business, but you continue to collect money, and the people are not making business? No businessman will pay taxes when they cannot make the necessary profit. So as a result of that now, most of them are thinking about leaving Liberia. So you know what's going to happen to we in Liberia? Those are selling. We the end user will be paying more, and there is no job in this country, no activity carried on by the government to ease the tension in front of government material to eradicate the tension as they unfold. So we are saying government or Joseph Walker got no future for Liberians and Liberia, so we need to get up and rise up to the occasion instead of winning our 2029. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Keep the calls coming 0770203125. That's the number to call this evening to be part of the SKTV show. Indeed, I guess that you listen to all of our talking points. What say you? With some of the latest. Hello to this caller. How do you sound? Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, neighbor. Yeah, thank you very much for your show. Neighbor, are you getting me?
Yes, we're listening to you.
Okay, thank you. Let us ask the fundamental market and legacy of entrepreneurship and the number of compare by great majority. Therefore, somehow the law and the show law says of the labor against their fear. Therefore, are you people saying that those government and work contract with several companies to build roads?
Yes.
Therefore, what kind of for this? So, is the government telling others, very easy now, companies in the country not qualified, and people are budgeting for them, they are not qualified? Therefore, let me tell you, this government is even discouraging other people from the diaspora. Other people to try and say easy that quality in this country. They are even sending message out of the easy that quality in this country, not qualified. People are going for not qualified. Why is it our brothers and sisters want to from easy that quality get a degree, 20 years, no job? Then you take this company for some job and giving it to sell you. So that's the qualification of the new company more than a drug company, for which I didn't want to follow. I already want a contract.
All right, thank you, my dear brother. We'll tell you maybe anytime when we'll bring about that discussion. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Yeah, I did labor. I'm patient, great for people with memory and concern agriculture.
All right, go ahead, patient.
This government keep on a mantra on transparency, accountability, and rescue the citizens. We are here in the government and want a contract of again.
I thought you people were here when the road concession was going on. What? How can you people asking that y'all not yet?
Why people keep on rescue?
Yeah, but the people rescuing now.
The runner happy when the bad government that why they talk the way all of the state. They will bring Joseph Walker to rescue their hacker and
Well,
That's all I want to talk about. We are offer. No company yet to them go. So people trying to tell us that a full bar. No company yet they go.
I don't know, my dear. All right. Thank you. The full how long? Oh, how long? Some of you all be. Yeah. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Started talking for a religious faith. We love this one and we practice. They already agree to do this. It's so funny when the black person will be coming all of these things, put priority on the other side, they all that left of you. When I say, therefore, we trouble my brother, but the father is when I even care for God, we see people that you know the show all the green, no one gets that. The flesh there for themselves. That's the feeling. The God that love is this contract with you. Hey man, you know what they were talking about. Many days, it's got to be before that girl is more than 500 years. And then it's just
Yeah, my man, don't talk to the people like that. They are engineers, don't engineers. Hello to this caller. Good evening. I mean, I'm not getting too good. I don't know happy about. Go ahead. Wow. No, I think you got to call back. Play. We're not getting you. I want my team to get you. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Hey, Nico, how you doing?
My dear brother, thank God for life.
This is for you to our panelists in the US. This is Edmond Kai. I'm never the concerned librarian for justice. And that rule thing that the panelists are discussing, there are two things that I know is happening here, and which, of course, they didn't mention. One is it's true that there should be priority, but there is no way that any government can come to power and do a rule because the rule issue in the process are not yet been resolved. And the next thing that there is that the reason why you always hear every government that comes to power talking about rule is because the money comes from the international community. It's not coming from our pocket. The poor come, they gave the money for the road, and the contract is signed. When that road is going on, when you leave, the next government comes, that next government will continue with that road. So if you say you will hear about road, you think it's our own money. It's our own money, especially this government now, the use of pocket government. You could have seen anything called road going on here when the president has traveled 2 years.
So that means they are hanging. So that means, sure, what you are trying to say, please, I'm making tell you. So that means they are hanging their jacket on the international community and hiding behind them.
Right, can you imagine that? What kind of far engine they would take from the $2 million to go do more tomorrow? When you're telling me, say $1 million can pay 1 mile after paving road, but they're going to talk from the $2 million and put it into the mud. So where? The only reason we hear about right because the national community are getting all the money to do. Then the government are sitting there doing nothing because everything that they are doing here, the contract that was signed at the past government, immediate government that just left in power, they don't hear they talk about road.
All right, thank you. I get your point on that one. Very interesting. Today's caller, good evening. Yeah, go ahead, my brother.
When I come to that road issue, for me, I'm one of the happiest persons for the president to get a road project to the company from Sheldon. Because when you enter Sheldon, the people road they got there, that company that built that road, they extra well for the citizen of Sheldon. And as I'm speaking to you now, when you cross the Toll Road Bridge, entering Gomita, the people are already start their work. You see that they are really prepared to give us a good rule.
Okay.
Like when the neighbor don't contract, we see anything in our community neighbor.
But when hello, excuse me, I agree with you with our behavior, and that the behavior that we want to change. So the government too, they should be able to help us in that direction, but they can't continue to say like we are not sure what they, because we are not going to trust them because their lifestyles.
At the end of the day, the person that's having that project, you see, when night time comes, the singer going, the steel going, all those things are going, they go do something that will not help the citizen in the community.
Because we can't punish people, you're right, my brother, but we are not punishing people for wrongdoing. We're not shaming people. We are not disgracing people for this kind of behavior.
The reason you don't see our big people today coming down to the commoners people to go and buy oranges and then share with them is because of their own wickedness. Before we used to see big people when they say, oh, they made a commission, they made a little mail. Sometimes he goes down to the common people, he wants to act with them. They do things together before he can go back home or go back to the office.
Thank you.
Because of that wickedness, neighbor.
Thank you, my dear brother. You need. Thank you so much. Today's caller, good evening.
Good evening, neighbor. How are you today?
My dear brother, we fine. We thank God.
Neighbor, I hope when I give all the power, I'm not taking a fully already, but I only two power I want to give.
But you on radio, they say, your own families are listening to you. So, what's radio? Right, yeah.
So the first thing is, I don't know whether you are living in a community, like your problem, the way I see it, is looking just to say, have you ever seen, excuse me for the expression, but have you ever seen a water fish in a plastic there, how to hold it?
Forget it. Go ahead. That's why we got to put things together so that it can be the same way the fish is looking. So that's how we got to better that system now. We got to have room to run away.
So sometimes before you even throw that plastic there, we got to find all kind of how you can throw it away. That one aspect. The other one had to do with, there was a fellow that told me, he said, we were just talking and then someone said, like, throw it beyond, like, throw it beyond, like, throw it beyond, like, I don't know, like, throw it beyond. Let me tell you, the way you beyond, you will be on the line. First person, for second person, for third, for, just that they beyond. But you don't even on the line, how is it beyond? And so that was the parable the guy gave me. It means that our thinking and methodology and our way of how we see things, although we are saying yet not in a positive mood, and we don't try for us to bring unity, and we don't have to curb corruption and wastage and other things, we're going to
all right. All right, thank you. Today's caller, good evening. Yes, sir.
I enjoy the you guys are natural, man.
Thank you, man.
I don't know, there's a black guy. We're making with that mindset of transforming the country. Because the men stay more time in the system. Because we said that, some of we are about that came from the Senate, man. You're not making to do what the people need. So they put it on there. Then they forget to come and begin to flip flop. Not saying the right thing to our people. I think it is unfair. So I think the old man is just a misleader. It may not mean well for our country. Because a good president will try to do the needful for its citizens.
All right, thank you, my dear brother. We have few minutes. I wanted to add more than quickly before they respond. But anyway, call coming quickly. We'll take a couple more.
Maybe I was taking more time, but it's just 3:46, so you got a little bit of time. You can't take it up.
No, we're not closing now. We're not closing. I just wanted to. Okay, yeah, no, we're not closing. That's the thing that came to my mind. The government officials leaving their duty and just talking all touches. Hello to this caller. Yeah, good evening. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you so much for this fascinating topic. Most of our discussions, we can learn during economy. We are a very green, economy. The viabilities are there. We have lots of loopholes, economic loopholes, and our resources are going. It's not reaching the covers of the government. That's our problem. If they only tighten our boat and follow a system that we can collect our just taxes. No need for us to borrow money and have that there.
Indeed.
Do you know how many houses, how many buildings, I don't know whether people are not paying taxes? Even the motorcyclists are not paying taxes. Some drivers are not paying taxes. All these companies supposed to be outside island and not be paying taxes. So the economy, some of the guys are in there. We cannot ship all the blame so the government. They little come and invest.
No, but hello.
But people don't pay taxes. They have come and raising record revenue.
I know.
Hello, Chairman. I think you are getting it wrong because if you say that people are not paying taxes, then how about we are paying people 10,000, 15,000 per month? No, listen now. I agree. Listen now. Hello, my brother. You know when you come here, because I think it's almost 10, 4 times every time you almost want to be that way. I don't have issue, but yes, it's right. You are recommending, and so some of the recommendations that you are giving, they are all good. But the point here is, even the little thousand that we are paying,
You're not managing it.
how well are we managing the little small money that we're paying?
But again, my brother, maybe let the man go. Hold on. Before the man go, he talk about the motorcyclists. Motorcyclists pay their taxes, and you stop them from.
They were complaining. They protested. Oh, so
yeah, you took their money, and then you didn't allow them to fly the street.
All right, thank you, Chairman. I think hello to this caller. Good evening. There are a lot of recommendations. I will say myself one reason when it comes to taxes, but if the other one is say, man, I'm getting no tea. Hello, good evening. I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead, my brother Uzi. Yeah, we're gonna continue.
Some of the panelists know very well that even a greater people, it is taxes that build that country.
Oh yes.
So what gets to me most, when I listen to journalists, media professionals, those in the diaspora, are always critiquing government on some of these critical national issues, and they are not even the regular taxpayers. The last time the Ministry of Information through LTA published different radio stations that are lessons have expired and could not even renew some of those lessons. But they have won a lot of votes in the country.
So, excuse me now. No, I come in. You made a point now, my brother. I'll not quote you. So don't worry yourself. You made a point. So the point too, I try to make internet second. Sometimes maybe we may not know how people are paying taxes. So okay, I agree that maybe you say that if you're not paying taxes, maybe directly, then maybe you take it off. But if it makes sense, $700 US, $1,000 US to other somebody, you know what that means?
So maybe on that there are something we call tax return. That is, government should use the taxes you pay for infrastructure development and road connectivity. Look at EDC for example. Do you know how many residents that are using the EDC on power bill? They are exploiting the system. But sometimes when I listen people make those kind of hard to be like those who were even called. How many of them are lessons who aspire drivers? The lessons that were fired will park the car when the inspection time ends, they bring the car out. If I catch you and listen, every time I listen to people to critique and criticize of a first material worker.
So the problem that Hussein, I agree with you, but yes, it's right. If you Hussein down there is sitting to where you are right now, it's something to happen to you immediately. You want, like, for example, maybe if there's a fire incident, you want to see the fire service truck there immediately. If they're talking about security or something, you want to see the security people there immediately when you call 911. But all of these services, are you getting them? Yeah, are you getting these services in time?
I will not be unfair to say that it's
My brother, don't come bring your politics. There's no appreciation level. Even if you have case, you got to walk to the police depot. I don't know what kind of politics you can't be doing that. We don't live here. I don't want to say something. We want to be real. You want to be fake.
No, he got him marching order from Joseph Boga.
The color brigade. That the color brigade there.
That the color brigade. He want to tell you that people in the diaspora don't pay taxes, so they're not answerable to people in the diaspora. We shouldn't.
We'll see. You know how much money some of us send in your economy there on a daily basis. Do you know there is no week that go by that was some of us in the United States that don't send money in that country? Then you talk about paying taxes. What are we paying taxes for? The money we transmit to you people over there who pay taxes on it.
That's it. People.
Besides that, your revenue department is telling you that they're collecting tax record taxes.
Record taxes.
What are they doing with it?
Yeah. And to every statement for even reminding us, our own president, Deacon, said that people are not paying. In fact, government are not paying NEC bill, or in fact, NEC they're not paying for NEC.
Even the Capitol building, they just talk about how the people can in their tax. And I mean, people charge them for that price that they will pay. Just imagine that. Maybe I'll take a call, man.
Yeah, I want to take this WhatsApp.
No, I know. Hussein don't want to distract you.
You know what thing I can always say on the show is when it rain fall, it don't fall on one person that will let you. You can defend your whosoever, but when we all crying for the people here, they're good. So let's continue to be defend. When there is fire incident, you will struggle. The only group of people that I can always call first are the media. When we're sleeping, you'll be waking us so that we can even go out there to go call fire service people. But my brother Roland is live here with us. Roland, good evening.
Mr. Conan, Mr. Deshu, and the Brazilian monk. Actually, I don't know. Chime on what the other brother called Hussein Kewo was just talking about. Hussein Kewo, they are in Liberia just supporting this government and they're not bringing any strategy in place. He talking about people ready time for inspection. People will park their cars, and after inspection, then they bring their cars on the road. Why should you even have a specific type of car inspection? Car inspection should be every day. Every single day, you should be inspecting people's cars. So they are in power. They don't have any strategies. They don't want to consult with the opposition, like people like Mr. Alexander needs to come in and always come in and defend. And then Melbourne, today, I was just researching our Enfield, the National Public Health Institute. Guys, they stay using the old way of doing things in the public health sector. Okay, if you have a country that the public health sector is not stable, how do you think that country will, they went and dismissed Dr. Nyang, and today the Public Health Institute is a political ground where we don't have experts. They just have a bunch of, but we don't even have data of all the 15 counties. So it's so sad.
All right, my dear brother, thank you. We got to go, Roland. Thank you, Mark, Mr. Tishu, and other brother AB. There you have it. Even though every time I'm Hussein, I know that the trend. I don't want to be doing Hussein.
I'm your friend. I'm your friend there too.
That's somebody commented. We're not into debate here to be knowing about maybe who disagree and not agree. No. We're talking about things that are affecting our people. There's not debate. If you want to do debate, a political debate, go to the entire center. Simple. And what do you have? You're going to debate. Whatever, Mom. Yeah, man, go ahead.
Listening to the people today, I think all of them concluded on what we have been talking about. And it all fits into what I have been putting out, saying that Liberia is a failed state, and to understand a failed state, it is critical to grasp the core symptoms of it. A failed state is characterized by weakness or non-existent law, rampant corruption, loss of sovereignty, economic decline, and social division. All the things here, there's structures that have been broken. So the people cannot connect with the government cannot connect with the people. That gap that in between, you understand, man? It cannot be fulfilled until the system comes to itself, or they rebuild the system. That structure will be able to link the people with the government. And I find it hard because government officials privatize personal gain over public service, leading to widespread investment, exploitation, and the lack of accountability. If we have the inability to protect national resources, territory, and independence from foreign influence, it's often a sign of institutional failure. That is the loss of sovereignty. See, so when I put in all these things after I gathered the information from the viewers, from what we see and all of that, we are talking about a broken system that constitutes a country like Liberia, where all the symptoms are given to prove that we have a failed state. Until we can have reform and transformation of our government and policies, I think we're going to still be into this stage here, and it's a bad stage that we enter right now. Everybody around us is better off than us. And it had never been like that before. During our time, we had Ghanaians, Sierra Leoneans, Nigerians running to our country to get their job because we're paying them in US dollars. US dollars. So we have more teachers from Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone. Those brilliant people came to Liberia and they contributed to our educational system. And I gained from that also. But today, Liberia, the people that used to come to us, now we going to them and begging them. What a reverse. Why? Because none of our leaders have ever had vision to prioritize the needed for the people. They never had it. Everybody had been selfish or or greedy and bring out the whole government with they will have to construct engineer some system to steal from the people because they know the people are gullible. So we're in a hanging state that I think is hard. We're just going to be discussing because nothing like for the Liberians anymore. We have sold our water to the Chinese, the Guam diamond sector gone, the Freeport gone, the airport gone. You understand me? Our registry gone, everything gone. And the Chinese men started selling cold water and all. They had the post up there quite recently. What is this? That's what I have to say tonight.
I know Mong will close that up. Let me say thanks to the callers, and it's good to keep hearing from these people, and they are in tune. The only thing I was a little bit shocked when people didn't even realize that the road construction had been given to a Sierra Leonean. That was a shocker for me. I didn't even know that, but because the people refused to even educate the very people in the country. Because when you got those things as a full disclosure, then people understand and start to question that. But that's not the case. And I will admonish people to continue to search your phone, not just on Facebook. Sometimes do some research. Anything you're in doubt of it, thank God a lot of the things that are right on your phone right there. Like Monk stated, the information on the phone there right now, trust me, is very sophisticated. That little thing in your pocket there is nothing small to take for granted. Go there and they will keep informing you. And let me say to Hussein Kiao, Hussein, we got a system here that we send money to Liberia. There are people here sometimes when they show you that Sendwave record or that Western Union record, you will be completely shocked to see how much money they are infused in that economy in your head. Thousands of dollars just on the statement over the years that they have been sending over there back and forth every time. So to come here and question people say they're not paying taxes, by the way, the motorcyclists over there, you're collecting taxes from them and you're deprived them of the road access. What you got to say about that, Hussein? Lastly, your government telling you that there are massive revenue collection, they're reporting success in revenue collection, and you say they're not paying? Who told you that? Who is to be blamed if you got periodic time to search the road to see whether cars are registered? This thing in the United States, we ain't got any time. Your police can just drive by and run license plates. When the license plate not active, periodically they just pull you over, give you a ticket, and then you have to go register your car. So those are the mechanisms you need to put in place. But to come here as a caller brigade, I'm sorry, old man, you come in here, you are not informed. I'm sorry. And Mabel, and again, it's a great show. I don't know what time if I spend. Mong will close her up. But I appreciate the callers, I just admonish people to keep in tune and make sure to understand if your government refuses to give you the information, some of us here will make it our business to come around here every time, at least to help with the process. Thanks again to you, Mabel, and them Mong, and then my dear brother Shi.
Yeah, thank you guys. Time is fast spent here. Let me just close on. Hussein, you can call every time you want to call. You can make your political case, but the reality are there because your argument is very inconsistent. The people who pay that we are not paying taxes, no, pay taxes indirectly, got direct and indirect taxes.
Yep.
Vast majority of people in Liberia doing business, they leverage the capital from people in the diaspora. So if they are paying taxes, the first person to pay tax for people in the diaspora because they pay taxes before the person on ground pay their taxes.
Yep.
And like I said, two things happen in Liberia: road construction, national security. Those are all slush funds where people can steal on an industrial scale. Because if you even go back to the rescue mission, their own road strategy, Why would we keep making investment in the machine? You talk about public-private partnership. Because the whole idea of public-private partnership is for you to leverage the capital and the resources of the private sector so that the government can share the risks and to cut down costs. But you still bringing yellow machine with parading the screen and you're signing public-private partnership for more than 15, 20 years with a certain company when that money could have been diverted to local businesses. Even though some people say, oh, they won't give you quality service. Okay, if we won't give you quality service, you can do a competitive bidding. That's why you get competition. You can see the project, you can make inspection, and you can make adjustment. But at the end of the day, that's not the true intent. The true intent is to always thief in the Liberian people first, and that's exactly what's happening. Because nobody will get in such a massive public-private partnership and at the same time importing yellow machine and making all the parade on the street. It just doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. Because the same road project happens to be one project. So why would you want to be spending double, then at the same time creating the impression that you want to save taxpayer resources? So like I said, it's all about national security and roads where the stealing happens on a massive scale. So I will stop there for today. We'll do it tomorrow, hopefully from here. Mabel.
Thank you.
Yeah, take care.
Yes, I'm here, more. Thank you. Thank to all of you. We see you again on tomorrow to all of our viewers. Those of you who have been watching, thank you each and every one of you. Think Liberia, build Liberia, and love Liberia. For some of us, we will continue to think Liberia, love Liberia, and we will build Liberia by the grace of God. Good night, Samuel. Thank you so much for always following us. That's good. See, but always here with us. Hi, and see. Say good night and see all of you, man. On tomorrow, by God's grace, we'll be here again to discuss Mama Liberia, the forward march of our country.